Good afternoon everybody and welcome to my channel. If you haven't been with me before, my name is Stella and I learned tarot during lockdown. I was just called by the universe to do tarot and it's been totally amazing. So just to let you know that I use playing cards and I draw some of my own cards as well, and they are received by the universe very, very well because the universe will speak to you in whatever language you choose and not just the original tarot. So the question today is he with someone else? And if so, is he happy? Now I will just say I have already done 2 of these readings already and it was really challenging readings, okay? And I've actually picked fresh new cards here, so everything's fresh and I don't know what's underneath. So this is pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3, and they're all slightly different. Can you see that the foliage is kind of winding and entwined? This one's got 2 upright plants next to it, and this has got more of a tropical Mediterranean feel to it. So just take a moment and tune in to the cards. Okay, so let's go for pile 1. So this is for everyone that chose pile 1. We are actually going to have an opportunity to look into his life, into his secret life, and see if he's with someone else and if indeed he's happy. Obviously this can be quite triggering, but let's not only have a serious look at it, but let's have a light-hearted look at it as well. Okay, let's go. So, is he with someone else? Oh my God, that's amazing. This is extraordinary because this is the second time round that I'm doing these readings, but I pulled fresh cards for this and this is almost identical to the reading I had before. So we've got Rain, we've got the 2 of Pentacles, we've got the Page of Wands, we've got the King of Hearts, we've got the King of Cups, sorry, we've got Justice, and we've got Looking Online. So when I'm looking at this immediately, what I would say to you is that at the moment he's not with someone else, just at the moment, but we'll pull a few cards. There's definitely some aspect of regret about what happened between you two. And I feel since then he's been kind of juggling a lot of stuff. He's been juggling a lot of things in the material world, maybe his work, maybe his finances, maybe family situations, whatever it is. I feel like he's been juggling a lot. And I do feel like, okay, he might be out there messaging a few people, potentially, you know, with some desire and some interest, but I just feel like it's no more than dating. It's no more than maybe what you would do yourself and think, oh, maybe I should go, you know, maybe I should start dating, you know? And what's happening, he's definitely watching you online, 100%, with some regret and with a little spice of jealousy as well. And what I see here is a King of Cups. Now, he might not naturally be this type of person that shows romance or, you know, or delves into his own emotions. But what I'm feeling is that he has a desire of reconciliation. And, you know, obviously I was expecting to see another woman here and to tell you about what's going on in his life. And it's just not here at the moment, okay? But we'll pull a few more cards and see. So this is a card of reconciliation. It's a very interesting card because what happens in the story of the Major Arcana cards, these are the major, is that the Fool goes on a journey and he falls in love. And he has some heartbreak in that. And the Wheel of Fortune turns not in his favour. Sorry, I'm just getting a message. I actually got a personal message from these readings in the first time I read them. The Wheel of Fortune turns not in his favour, and when he feels like he's lost everything, Justice, the energy of Justice, you can see her as a beautiful woman, comes in and says, I'll give you everything you want. I'll heal everything, you know. I'll bring justice. When you feel that the world isn't just, I'll bring justice in. And I'm just feeling at the moment that what's ever happened between you, he feels it's really unjust, like the universe has really been unjust to him in some way. You know, that might not be true. That might not be a true situation, you know, like he might have instigated whatever, you know, has happened between you, you know. But he feels a sense of injustice in the way things have turned out. I don't feel like he's blaming you. I feel like he's talking about external circumstances that have taken place, which has caused a problem between you two. Okay, so let's have a little bit of a look. I am apprehensive for you guys to do this because if another woman pops up, you know, it's a very difficult reading. Do you know what? I can just smell this beautiful smell, like a man's aftershave, just wafting in. It smells like someone I remember. Okay. Wow, yeah, so look, there's still not a woman here. There's still not a woman here, which I'm sure you're relieved about. I'm slightly relieved for you, actually. He's just in the Knight of Wand energy. Listen, he's in the Knight of Wand energy, okay? And maybe, yes, maybe he's considering dating, maybe he's passing a few messages or whatever, but there doesn't seem to be any other significant woman of any interest other than you at the moment. And this also indicates very, very strongly, this card indicates very strongly a desire to return, very strongly. And this card also indicates also a desire to return. This is the Six of Swords, so it's a man who is guiding a woman and a child on a boat from stormy waters to calmer waters. And there was another message with this. Hold on, let me just see if I can pick up on it. No, I can't pick up on it at the moment. But it's not about a new relationship. This is about a current relationship and just wanting to smooth things out. So it's not the reading I was expecting, but I bet you're really like quite relieved. So I'm almost sort of a little bit scared to push it. So let's just see if the cards want to give us any more information. So the question was, is he with someone else? And if so, is he happy? And it seems like he's not with somebody else. Let's have a look. Ah, interesting. Okay, so we had, oh my gosh, we had this in the first reading, the first round that I did. Okay, what this card suggests to me is that for some of you, this person's already married. Okay, and he's got quite a good domestic setup. He's got quite a degree of affluence here. He's got a nice home, etc., etc., and 10 of Pentacles. And in this scenario, I feel like it's hard to feel upset, you know, because if you're waking up in a beautiful home and beautiful gardens and you're quite secure, you can go and do things that make you feel good. Okay, this is a card of making them feel. This is a card of feeling good, but I feel like it's there to tell us that potentially you might have already had quite a developed domestic setup before you came into his life. I don't feel this is not a card of a new relationship. It can be a card of the potential that he felt with somebody, but again, there's no other woman here, so maybe he felt this potential with you. Let's have a look. As I said, this is not identical, this reading, to the first one I did, but it's very, very similar energy. It's amazing, actually, how similar it is. So let's have a look. What's this 10 of Pentacles here, please? Because when you get the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, it's like the perfect union. But as I said, there's just not any energy here of a woman, of a new relationship here. So let's have a look. A lot of cards there, but I'll have a quick look. Devil energy, the Chariot, sowing seeds, Judgment, Star, Deception, Queen of Cups, Four of, illicit sex and illicit kiss and a voice. Hard to tell with this one whether this is you in a third party situation or whether this is someone new. So let me just read it as a third party situation. Maybe he had already had this domestic setup. Okay, and that he's got an addictive energy. Okay, addictive energy. And there was something successful about your relationship with him. And I feel like he planted a lot of seeds, put a lot of investment either in this relationship. That's why he's not, maybe he's chained to it. Okay. He's chained to this relationship. Whether he wants to be or not, he's super chained. But in some ways, there was a lot of success with this relationship. In that, you know, it's a beautiful home. There seems to be affluence. There was a lot of investment in this relationship as well. I feel like that's why he's chained. And I feel like if he unchained himself, this is going a very different reading from what I expected. There'd be immense judgment that he could never possibly do it. And I feel like, I do feel this is about you. I feel like he has a wish fulfillment. Okay, healing. He wants to heal with you. He would love to heal with you. And I feel like in your relationship there had to be deception, that you were this beautiful, warm love and energy. And, you know, he loved your kisses, but kissing meant it was tantamount to cheating. And maybe you had words together that he's remembering, and he's just wanting time out at the moment. This is what I'm feeling with this. I don't feel it's another person. I'll ask the cards. Okay, let's pop these back in so it's not overly complicated. All right, let's pop these cards back in. So I think the questions we'll just ask one more time. Let's see how we're doing for time. Is there another woman in his life? I mean, we asked the question first and they're sort of saying, no, you know, like this is the energies, maybe thinking about dating, definitely thinking about reconciliation. But we'll just ask again, just to clarify, is there another woman in his life? Is there another woman in his life? The cards will tell us. I'm asking it because there were a few cards that came out. It was very hard to tell whether it was you or someone new, okay? No, I'm just getting a no, okay? What I'm getting is that he is typical Knight of Pentacles. In any sort of lustful situation, he's more just taking it slow, maybe looking to the future, just putting one foot in front of the other, which I'm surprised about. I don't know why, but I'm really surprised about. And just this sense of, he's wanting some sense of cooperation, maybe with yourself. If he's already married in a domestic situation, he's just trying to maintain a lot of cooperation. There's also an aspect about a home here and about potentially a business here as well. The picture in these two cards is very similar with this arch. This is when he's doing maintenance on a home and that sort of thing. For some of you, it could be his business, and in his business, maybe he's getting opportunities to flirt, okay, that sort of thing, but he doesn't appear to be rushing in anytime soon into anything, which is very, 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 very interesting. And maybe it's actually, I feel that's got a dual meaning actually. I feel like with anybody else, he's not rushing in at all, a lot, you know, he's not rushing in. And then we had this energy here where, you know, he would like to come back and reconcile with you, but he's not rushing in. I feel like he's concentrating on his work, his business, something like that, some other aspect in his life at the moment. Maybe he's taking opportunities to flirt. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like maybe he's taking opportunities to flirt around his home, whatever that might mean. And I feel like also although we've got this business aspect, I feel like also he would like cooperation with you. He would like, it's like he's got a project at the moment that he's focusing on, but I feel like also if you were to communicate, the Six of Swords, that he, sorry, I keep getting a small message here. I think that, hold on, just bear with me. I feel like they're telling me a message here. Let's see if I can just pick up on it. So we're going to calmer waters. The man and the child. No, I still can't get it. All right, but I feel like it would like cooperation with you, like things to tick over nicely with you in some way, shape or form. Okay. So the answer is, at the moment, there isn't anybody particularly significant that we can see. So, and he's taking his time quite slowly, and he's got, I think he's very distracted with other things. Could have already been a married person in this situation, or you could have had a domestic setup with you like this. And whatever's happened, he's just moving forward very slowly, and he just wants some sort of reconciliation, you know, whether that means a relationship or not, I'm not sure. Okay, and yeah, it's not what I expected, guys, but I'm sure that you're quite relieved, and I hope it resonates. And if it does, please leave me a message, because I love your messages. Sorry, your comments. Okay, I love your comments, especially if there's a little tiny nugget in there that you really understand. I really will try and remember what that message is that's trying to be relayed to me. And I cannot for the life of me think what it is. Okay, so let's go on to number 2. So this is for everyone that picked pile 2. And what we're asking is he with somebody else? And if so, is he happy? And obviously this can be very triggering, but we're going to have a serious look, and we're going to have a light-hearted look at this as well. Okay, so, you know, these are the questions that we want answered, don't we? You know, and this is what tarot is here for. So what have we got here? We've got the 8 of Pentacles. We've got third-party situation. We've got the 2 of Swords. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. We've got celebration. Oh, we've got my new card, the Peacock, which I was actually drawing last night very badly. I'm going to redraw it. I called it the Voice, but I'm going to change it to the Call. Let me just ask about this third-party situation, because I'm getting a feeling it's a past third-party situation. Could even be you. I'm not necessarily feeling like it's I'm not necessarily feeling it's a new one. We'll see. We'll see. Let's just see. Could you clarify the third party situation, please? Let's pop those back into the deck. Okay. Can you clarify, please, on the third party situation? Let's have a look. Could you clarify on the third party situation, please? Could you clarify the third party situation, please? Could you clarify the third party situation, please? Could you clarify the third party situation, please? What's this one here? Eight of Pentacles. Okay, all right, so this is what I'm feeling, guys, and it might not be easy for you to hear. I feel like in his day-to-day life, he is got his head down, he's working hard, he's keeping a nice routine. And I feel like in his life, that he's potentially trying to, in his routine, trying to slip in a third-party situation. Whether that third-party situation with you, whether it's two other people or something like that, okay? So let's just stay with me here. But there's something about this situation he does not want to look at. He just doesn't want to look at it. All right? He's not prepared to look at it. So if he feels like in some way it would be a third party situation where you're still involved in it, he doesn't want to look at it. Okay, it's not that he's not aware or he's burying his head in the sand or you know, or whatever. He knows what's going on, but he's like, no, I'm just going to protect myself in this situation, you know. I just can't make this hard decision here. And I feel like with this card is that he is, well, I don't know actually. I feel like, yeah, okay. So I feel like there's just two things going on in his life just now. Sometimes he feels very happy, joyful, excited. Maybe he's, you know, thinking about, you know, meeting someone new, you know, with a third party situation, and quite excited about that, but at the same time really out in the cold. Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. Because I feel like the thought of it is much better than when we actually do meet people, you know. Obviously it can be exciting, but there's a lot of turbulence around it and stuff like that. I feel like at the moment he's definitely in a mode of, this is the peacock, you know. This is the peacock here, all right? And, you know, this is essentially him, okay? So it might resonate with some of you. And I feel like he's in the mating call. He's calling out, you know, the mating call. Here I am, come and look at me. You know, I'm young, free and single at the moment. And then we've got this card of celebration. So I feel like there's a lot of ego with this, okay? But at the same time, he just seems to have his head down. Maybe this is what he desires and trying it. But I feel like he's got his head down, working really hard and just really sticking to his usual routine. But at the same time, feeling really out in the cold, which is probably to do with you. So he's definitely trying to put it out there. And you know what? If they're doing that, there's nothing you can do about it. It's not worth crying yourself to sleep. It's not worth ruining your job opportunities. It's not worth crushing your hopes and dreams if they're doing this. Okay? Or if they're feeling, you know, bereft one day and really good the next day, you know, what you have to do is divide your energy and you have to focus on yourself. don't let your life go downhill because of this. Because I think if this is happening, for me, it's like a little thing that I tick off in a book. I don't literally have a book, where when a man, if I'm in a relationship, when a man acts in a certain way, and I know that it shows he doesn't value me, I kind of tick it off as though like, okay, that's another thing, tick, that's showing me you don't value me, which means that that's one step further away for me. You know, that pushes me forward. So although I'm not seeing another significant other here, it does feel like he's out and about, and wanting to attract somebody. Yeah, and I just feel like it's hard, this one actually. It's hard to know if it's you or someone new. Not someone new, but whether he's hoping this is what's going to happen. Let's have a look. So that's giving and taking. Strange. I'm just getting like hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. I feel like he's pinging between you and starting afresh. This is what I'm feeling on this reading. Okay, because what we've got is unlock your heart. You know, maybe he's hoping that thing, I feel like that thing that he had with you, which was really unique in the way that you were able to unlock his heart. This is what I'm feeling, is that he's hoping that could happen again, but that's crazy. All right. Those things don't happen twice. And I feel like he's really hoping that what's going to come into his life is this giving and taking. But at the same time, we've got this Ten of Swords. So let's just see if I'm reading that right. We've got this Ten of Swords, which is like, oh my God. Okay, I've got it. Okay. All right. So I'm sort of being guided here. What they're saying is he had this with you. You unlocked his heart. There was this beautiful giving and taking. And as much that as he feels that he would love maybe to get into this again with somebody else, it's highly unlikely. Could never be in the same essence. And he knows that whatever happened between you really was like the end of the relationship. Not because he's choosing that it was the end of the relationship, because the situation evolved in such a way that circumstances came in and ended the relationship. And this card is about him surrendering to the fact that the relationship ended. And it's not easy for him to do it. It's like the universe has stuck 10 swords in his back and just went, that relationship has ended. Okay, and I feel like that's what he doesn't want to look at. Okay, and that's why he's out in the cold. All right, I just feel like there's no comeback. I just feel like whatever happened between you guys is just like no comeback, or he feels that there's no comeback, so he's just sticking to his normal daily routine. But my beautiful water drop card, and I really love this card, I just feel like whatever's going on here, okay, that he's being a peacock, he feels like he's out and about and, you know, and happy and all that sort of thing. He isn't. Doesn't appear to be one particular person, doesn't appear to be like he's in a relationship, right? He's just a peacock just calling, you know, calling another mate. I feel like he really feels that whatever's happened between you, he's really feeling it, you know, like the situation it's like the ripples when they touch you, you know, when the water drops in the water and the ripples go out, and, you know, and he's feeling that in a very gentle way. And I feel like he's looking for a signal from you, some sign, something from you to indicate maybe if there's hope, You know, like, could it work again? Something. But this card doesn't scare me, right? It's a man laying down with 10 swords in his back. And I just feel like when this card comes along, it's like the universe does something that you must surrender to it. You don't have a choice but to surrender to it, okay? Which is really, really interesting. So there is no significant other here, but he is peacocking around at the moment, you know, and just let him, you know, just don't waste your time and energy letting your life slide in a certain direction. You know, just keep your hopes and dreams, go and have your hair done, put a lovely outfit on, keep fit, eat well, you know, keep your goals focused, you know, keep your work up to date and all that sort of thing. So any advice from the cards? That's weird. We just got the Justice card coming out there a little bit. Let's just see if it comes out again. Oh, nice. So the advice for you is this. You could potentially have a Knight of Wands coming in yourself. This is the advice. Might be him coming back in. If so, there's going to be this beautiful unveiling of, it's called the Judgment card, but it's like the truth is revealed. It's more like the truth is revealed, you know, like you both stand naked against the divine, because no matter what he says or what you say or your version or his version, there's the actual truth. Okay, in that. There's the truth of the situation, and the truth of the situation will be revealed. This is the advice for you. So you don't never have to worry, you know, if someone's, I don't know, if someone's saying something bad about you or his version is very different from yours. The truth is going to come in and be revealed. And there's going to be immense healing and nourishing for you, like immense healing and nourishing and joy and abundance, and like you couldn't imagine. Okay. And I really feel like he really sees you like this as well, no matter what's going on here. Okay, I really feel like he sees you like this, like, okay, he's doing this, peacocking, celebrating, throwing caution to the wind, third party situations potentially, okay, maybe, you know, got a few people, interested parties, whatever, feeling good one day. And then, but this is how he feels about you, is this, which is very different from this. Okay, so I think you can walk with your head held up high, to be honest. And just don't enter into this energy, and just look at the relationship coaches that I've put on there, Veronica Riles, Agnes Whispering Technique, Greta Berasati, you know, just look at them, and honestly, you'll feel very, very different. So that's the answer, guys, okay? And you've been very brave about asking the question. I really enjoyed doing that for you. And please leave me a comment, if you can, about any little element that really resonates with you. Thank you so much. This is for everyone that chose pile 3, and the question today is he with someone else? And if so, is he happy? So obviously it's quite a challenging question, so we're going to be serious about it, but we're also going to be quite light-hearted about it as well. But it's the kind of question that we really want to know, isn't it? We really, really want to know these situations. Okay, so if you haven't been with me before, I'm traveling at the moment, so the table just does wobble. It's more my camera. So just bear with me and just resonate, just concentrate on the message, not the surroundings, okay? So the message, so it's, is he with someone else? If so, is he happy? So we've got the 9 of Swords, we've got the 5 of Swords, we've got the King of Swords, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the Hierophant, and we've got the Moon. So immediately, I can't see that he's with anybody else, okay? This is so weird. This has been, all the readings have said this, which I was really shocked because I just really imagined that there would be a lot of court cards and a lot of female cards coming up and stuff like that. So at the moment, we can definitely say he's having sleepless nights over about whatever happened between you guys, okay? He's not in a happy situation at the moment at all. And the Five of Swords is about, he wants to win a situation. I feel like he wants to win this situation between you. Maybe he wants to feel vindicated, or that maybe he did win or felt he won the situation between you, but it didn't bring him any enjoyment. You know, he didn't get the satisfaction out of it that maybe he thought he would. I think he might have got some material satisfaction out of it, maybe some financial satisfaction out of it for whatever reason for some of you. And he really is in the King of Swords mode. He really is trying to use his logic at the moment in his life. There is the other side of it where he's got, you know, the butterflies and the moon here twice, where he's that's the softer side of him, you know, that is taken part. But I just feel like he's really trying to be very decisive, trying to make clear decisions and trying to step forward in his life. This card is a great indicator that I feel like he's hoping that a situation from the universe might come in, maybe a financial situation might come in, where it's going to ease this burden of him worrying all the time about your situation, and maybe he's worried about other aspects of his life as well. I do feel like for some of you there's a cultural difference here, or this is a man of tradition that likes to follow traditions, and I feel like maybe he's feeling the burden of that in some way, just because of the sleepless nights and wanting to win the situation. Maybe he felt through his belief structure that he should have won the situation. I feel like with this card, it's a very dominant patriarchal type of energy where women weren't allowed to be priests or anything like that, you know, to reside over religious ceremonies and stuff like that. I mean, it's only just very recently. I mean, can you believe it? It's like crazy, isn't it? That's the case. And I feel like when he was winning this situation, he felt very much in that energy where women didn't have or weren't allowed to have a say. But then we've got this other side. Can you see the little keys there? And oh my God, the padlock. The keys and the padlock. And we've got this card of secrecy. In the original tarot, this really comes really strongly about secrecy. If I was putting the moon in my own cards, I think it would have a lot more romance attached to it. He's got some sort of secret life going on. He's got stuff that maybe he doesn't want to reveal to you. Maybe he hasn't told you everything about himself. Maybe whatever the situation was between you, you know, he hasn't told you like his side of the story. You know, you have your version, he has his version. So I'm just gonna obviously ask the question, because we've kind of got the general feeling here about what's going on in his life. So there's no other women in his life at the moment. I'm really surprised with these cards. I did expect a lot of women and a very challenging reading. So let's have a look. So any other women in his life, or what's happening, and, you know, if you could just give us some more insight, please. about maybe about the secret side of his life would be quite nice to know, wouldn't it? The secret side of his life might be quite nice to know. It's funny, I've had these cards already. Okay, so it's just telling us that the secret side of his life is very much in the Emperor energy, that he has a very much authoritative type of nature, and I feel like he takes control of the things. It's very much like the Hierophant, okay? And I feel like he's very controlling in the secret side of his life as well. And there is a suggestion that there's a third party situation here, which doesn't surprise me, guys, because if you're with me for a lot of my readings, with third party, I'm the third party queen, basically. Now, I have learned a lot about these third party situations just by speaking to my clients. And, you know, a third party situation can be many different types of third party situations, but the key is it's an aspect of distrust. It's not maybe always a relationship with someone else, okay, a sexual relationship. It can just be this horrible energy of mistrust, but he's feeling a lot of sadness about this third party situation, so it could be you. And then lo and behold, we've got this 10 of, let's put this over here a bit. We've got the 10 of Pentacles, which can indicate that potentially he could be married and already have a strong domestic setup. So you could have been the third party in this. Or he was feeling that he could have been married. You could have been married to him and he had a third party situation. You're in this domestic setup and you become aware of this third party of his secret life. It could be that you were the third party situation, but he saw this potential and it never came to fruition, and that's why he's sad about it. You know, regretful, I think, is more the correct word. Yeah, and I feel like whatever the situation was down here, that he had actually invested a lot in this situation. So we've got the Voice card in this as well. And I just feel like with this one, with the Voice card, I feel like there's been words spoken between you, and maybe these words can't be taken back. That's what I'm feeling. Let me just see. I can't see, like, yes, I feel like I've got it. Okay, I feel like something happened and words were spoken in this third party situation. You were involved in this third party situation, and there's deep regret over the things that have been said. I feel it's more from his side than from your side. He's got the regret over things that have been said. Yeah, there just doesn't seem to be anyone significant in his life just now. Yes, a third party. Maybe he's got a few interested. Maybe he's interested in a few women, but it doesn't seem to be of any significance. You know, it's just pale in comparison to what you guys had or what you're going through. It just doesn't seem to be. I feel like he's just got a lot going on in his life. It doesn't seem like he's a free man at the moment. Oh, well, we had this before, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this is interesting. So when I got these cards before in a previous reading, I got the Lovers and the Wheel of Fortune, and I started to read it. It was really weird. I started to read it as he has another lover, okay? And I went into great depth about giving you advice if this was the situation. I'm in huge depth. And then the cards just tapped me on the shoulder and went, no, it's not another woman. it's you the cards are talking about. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's come out again. I feel like with this, and I'm going to stick to it because the cards told me the first time round, what he wishes is that the Wheel of Fortune would turn again and that you would become his lover. And I do genuinely believe that is the case on these cards, because I had such a moment that I had to actually stop the video. I sat there for about 5 minutes. I had to stop the video because the cards tapped me on the shoulder. So I just said, no, this is about you or the watcher, right? This isn't another person. Although I do have a question with this, okay? I do have a question. It's almost identical, actually. It's unbelievable, actually. What I do have a question is that I feel like this might be a fourth party situation, okay? And what I want to ask is, if he's in a domestic setup, when he was with you, let's also say about this here, let's just see. Okay, let's just say he was in a domestic setup for some of you, and then he was with you. Did he ever cheat on you with a fourth party, with a fourth person coming? Not a fourth person, that would. That before of you, 3 women and a man, or whatever genders you want to put in there, but you get my drift, right? You're the third party situation. He's already in a domestic setup. Was there ever another person that came in and he was actually unfaithful to you with yet another person? I think that's the question I want to ask, because I think I've got enough time. Yeah, I've got a little bit of time here. I can actually ask that question. Okay. I'm getting that aftershave smell coming through. Yeah, okay. So I don't know if this helps you guys or not. Okay, so there appears to have been a situation where if he's already in a domestic setup and he was in third party with you, that there could have potentially been someone else. So it makes a 4-party situation, him and 3 other people. And it seems like there was potentially this situation with somebody else. Okay, and you may already felt it or known about it or put it aside and just didn't want to look at it, okay? And he is defending himself, like he doesn't want to look at it at all. At all. He doesn't want to look at it. And I know that's painful and I know that's hurtful. And I don't know if I've already said it in this reading, but I know I said it in the other reading. When I find out stuff like this, or what I advise is, it's just the same as the relationship coaches. What you need to do is start measuring this man against your values. And if this is the case, all right, and this is revealing to you something that you already potentially knew but pushed aside, okay, then you put it in that little book and you put a tick and you go, that's another reason I want to step away from this person. Does that make sense? So it's actually empowering to know this. What I'm going to ask here is, what did I want to ask? Oh, is he still seeing them? You know, is he still seeing them? I don't feel it's a relationship because the cards come out. No, well, he's just, doesn't seem like he's particularly interested in this person. It's certainly nothing long term. I feel he's very distracted. It's the 4 of Pentacles. I don't feel that it even got to a point of love or nothing like that. Okay, nothing like that at all. Okay, and what I'm going to ask here as well with this other person, was it the reason that you split up? Was it the reason for the split? Well, they jumped out, didn't they? Yeah, what happened is that this indiscretion here caused a storm in your relationship, and you may not have known about this. You might have suspected it. You might have thought, well, it's probably the case. Okay. And it's caused some heavy stuff going down in your communication. And what's this then? Manifesting. Just bear with me a second on this. Gosh, that's taken so many twists and turns. I do feel like this did cause a storm in your relationship. I feel like maybe his emotions were divided because of this situation. I don't feel like there was any love here at all. But we've got, hold on, I've just got to take a few moments. We've got the Magician with the Page of, okay, are we going in another direction now? Just wondering if we're going in, oh, yeah. Isn't that funny? I don't know if you saw that, guys. I got these two cards and I just didn't know which direction. I went to pick up the deck of cards and this was sitting at the bottom. Okay, got it. What he's wanting to manifest, he feels like you're unavailable to him emotionally, sexually, and everything elsely, right? Completely, like he feels cut off from you. What he's wanting to do is manifest a situation with you where he can come in and message you, and he wants the Wheel of Fortune to turn again so you can become lovers again. And I think we've said it all, haven't we? Please go and see the relationship coaches. They really help you understand how to read men and how to balance their actions against your self-worth. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. So please do that. And I really hope that you maybe not enjoyed the reading, but I hope it gave you the answers that you were looking for. And please leave a comment. I really, really value when you leave a comment. And if I can't always reply. Like, we've all got so much going on in our lives just now, haven't we, during lockdown and stuff like that. But I hope that resonates, and I hope that gives you some peace in your heart as well. Okay, so thanks very much, everybody. And it's ciao from Italy. Ciao, ciao.